Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're stepping into the ring for a major showdown in the world of hiring. In one corner, you've got the lightning-fast, data-driven AI interviewer, and in the other, the experienced, intuitive human recruiter. We're going to break down this epic battle to find out who really comes out on top. So let's just get right to it, because this isn't some science fiction movie plot. This is happening right now as we speak. The job interview, that cornerstone of getting a job, is going through a massive transformation. So seriously, the next time you're applying for your dream job, the first person you talk to might not be a person at all. All right, let's meet our first contender. Entering the ring, it's the new challenger, artificial intelligence. Thanks to tools like ChatGPT that we're all playing with, AI is way more than just a buzzword. It's a true heavyweight in the world of hiring, and believe me, it is changing the entire game. Okay, so what exactly is an AI interviewer? Well, think of it like this. It's a super smart automated system. It uses complex algorithms to figure you out, asking questions, recording your answers, and even scoring you on the spot. It's become the go-to tool for that first round of interviews, especially when a company has to sort through hundreds or even thousands of applicants. So let's head to the tail of the tape. Every fighter has their strengths and weaknesses, right? So let's see what makes AI such a tough opponent in the hiring ring. The case for AI is pretty powerful, you have to admit. First off, consistency. Every single candidate gets the exact same questions, the same scoring, a truly level playing field. And the speed? It's just unbelievable. An AI can screen hundreds of people in the time it takes a human to just schedule a few calls. Plus, it's designed to reduce certain human biases, and it keeps a perfect record of everything. But, of course, every fighter has a weak spot. For AI, the lack of empathy is a big one. The whole thing can feel kind of cold, scripted, and robotic. It's also super inflexible. It can't just go off script and ask a clever follow-up question. But here's the real haymaker, the biggest worry of all: algorithmic bias. If the AI learns from old biased hiring data, well, it can end up just repeating those same unfair patterns on a massive, massive scale. Okay, now let's turn to the other side of the ring, introducing the reigning, defending champion, the human interviewer. They've been running this game for a long, long time, and they bring some skills to the table that technology just hasn't figured out how to copy. This is really where people shine. You know that feeling when you just click with someone? That's empathy. Humans build that rapport. We can read the subtle stuff, like body language and tone of voice. We use our intuition to ask follow-up questions you'd never expect. And that's absolutely crucial for judging those tricky things like creativity or, that all-important cultural fit. But let's be real, our champion has some serious vulnerabilities. The biggest one, unconscious bias. A decision can be swayed by anything from someone's accent to where they went to school. We're also super inconsistent. You could have two different interviewers talk to the same amazing candidate and come away with completely different opinions. And yeah, let's just admit it, the human process is slow. So slow. So let's put it all up there, side by side. You can see it clear as day. AI crushes it on consistency and efficiency, no contest. But humans totally dominate on empathy and being able to adapt. But look at that middle row. Bias. It's a risk for both. Neither one is perfect, and that little fact leads us to a really fascinating twist in this fight. So, just when you think you've got this fight figured out, boom, a plot twist. It turns out that both of our contenders, the AI and the human, share the exact same critical flaw, and it completely levels the playing field. And here it is, the big aha moment. Neither AI nor humans are free from bias. They just show it in different ways. The AI can accidentally bake in systemic bias from the data it's fed, while we humans are, vulnerable to our own personal gut-feeling prejudices. It's really the same problem, just wearing a different outfit. So if both sides have this huge weakness, what's the answer? Well, this quote right here just nails it. The point of AI isn't to replace people. It's to make them better. This whole thing isn't about one knocking the other out of the ring. It's about figuring out how they can work together. And so, after all the rounds, we have the judge's decision, and the winner is neither one of them. The true victory, the real breakthrough that's going to change hiring forever, is the hybrid approach. That's the secret right there. This fight was never about a knockout. It's about creating the ultimate tag team. Think of it like this. AI does all the heavy lifting up front, and then it tags in the human for that final, irreplaceable judgment call.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This tag team idea sounds nice, but does it actually work? Well, the data doesn't just say yes, it screams it. The impact is huge, and it can be summed up with this one number, a whopping 53%.
Yeah, let that sink in for a second. The research shows that when companies use a hybrid model, candidates are 53% more likely to succeed later on in the hiring process. That's not just a small improvement. That is a complete game changer for finding the right person for the job.
So, what does this actually look like in the real world? It's a pretty straightforward three-step process. First, you let the AI handle that big initial screening process. Then, the best candidates move on to a human recruiter who does that deep dive, focusing on personality and fitting in with the team. And finally, you combine the objective data from the AI with the nuanced insights from the human to make a much, much smarter decision. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, if you're a candidate out there looking for a job, it means you got to be ready for both. You need a strategy for the robot and a strategy for the person. And if you're a company, it means you need to invest in good, responsible AI, but also keep training and empowering your human recruiters. You can't win with just one.
So, in the end, the big battle isn't really AI versus human at all. It's about how we team them up to create a hiring process that's fairer, faster, and just plain better. Which brings us back to that first question. But for you to answer, on your next job hunt, AI or human, who are you ready to meet?